Hey guys, welcome in, welcome in. I have okay, so I know it's a little dark here. It's just that I don't want the bright light in my face because it's annoying me. But hey guys, welcome in, welcome in. So we have a show today, and you know it's gonna be a show when I got a notebook with notes. That's when you know we are going to get into the nitty gritty. We are going to get deep inside of the belly of the beast. This is going to be a conversation. And it's a sensitive subject. I understand it's a sensitive subject. I understand a lot of people will not like me after this show. That's fine. Listen. I'm gonna open a panel. Most likely. Most likely I'll open the panel. So if you want to argue with me, you are welcome to do so. Okay. So and I will be constantly aware of comments and reading them and so on. So anybody who disagrees, I look, all of your disagreements are welcome here. And you can disagree, and even though you're wrong and I'm right, you will still be heard out. You know what I mean? Like, even though you're wrong and your wrong opinions, I'll still hear you out because I'm the only one who's right over here. So just so you got it, understand. I'm kidding. All right, so here we go. The reason that this is a topic is because you guys know that I always share with you guys my online beefs, right? Every time I have an online fight or online beef, I always share it with you guys because they're juicy. And this one is good. This one is good. I got screenshots and everything to share with you guys, okay? Are you guys ready? All right, here we go. Okay. Hi, Zealage. Welcome in, Zealage. He's like hiding himself. Zealage, you're not invisible. I can see you. I can see you. Hi, Will Call. Finally live. I can watch. Welcome. Hi, BTK. Oh my God. Hi, Samael. Hi, welcome in, Samael. He says, I'm sustaining my own objection. You're overruled. Overruled. Okay, Graham. I'm not gonna. This is too early in the stream to argue with you right now. You're overruled. Okay, overruled. Welcome in, guys. Hi, Marcus. Jasmine from Aladdin. I know the girl looks just like the Jasmine from the Aladdin movie I saw. She's so pretty. Who? BTK right and the blonde hair. Who are you talking about? Why is Lioness hiding her blue eyes? I haven't shown my blue eyes in a very long time because really I've been having a hard time with my vision, and it's because I wear dark and light um, eye eye filters or what have you. But yeah, so I mean, it's just been a while, but I think I will show them. I will get back to showing them. I've just been liking the doe eye. Look, I like the doe eyes. I like so whatever. Okay, then here we go. Blue eye superiority. Yes. Yes, I know. I've been hiding, but it's all right. Rhonda, oh, Rhonda, this should be interesting. Listen, bear with me, okay? Bear with me. You're going to like it. You're going to like it. Dang it, I'm spotted again. All right, here we go. All right, enough of the highs, enough of the formalities and so on and so forth. Yet when the state subjects, it's sustained. That's unfair. Listen. We are not going to talk about old rulings, okay? I ruled before, and whatever the state objected to was sustained because they have a valid objection, whereas you do not, sir. So please let me do my job. I am like the umpire here, okay? I am not taking sides. I am just doing my job, okay? Here we go. Oh, you said I'll probably agree with you, but I'll listen. Well, don't agree too quickly. You don't know where I'm going here. You guys don't know. Hearsay overruled. You don't know where I'm going here. You don't know. Be the blue-eyed doe. So sweet, BTK. All right, guys, are you guys ready? Here we go. Let's start with the screenshots. The topic of skin tone. This is a topic that I've always wanted to speak to you guys about for a very long time. I speak to you guys briefly here and there about skin tone and the skin tone debate, but this time I want to go a little bit more in depth because I was recently online and I was looking through some videos, and the topic came up about skin tone, and there was a gentleman in the comment section who commented, "What thou shalt not ever say." He said, "I prefer white-skinned women. I prefer them light, bright, darn near white. That's what he said. Now, you know, you are not allowed to say that. You are not allowed to say that. What you can say, I'll give you a thing that you can say. You can say, I like black and beautiful. I like them so black I can't see them when it's dark in the room. You can say that. But you can never say, I like my women light, bright, darn near white. You can't say that. Can't say that. You can only say the opposite. Now, I want to show you a few screenshots of this little debate that we had, okay? Here. I don't know, they're not in order, so let me try to figure out which ones I want to go for. Okay. Let me see. I think I'll start here. Okay. Are you guys looking? Here we go. So I'll scoot over so you guys can see me briefly. Actually, you know what? I can actually read them on my phone, and then, yeah, I'll read it on my phone because I can't see. You guys know I'm blind. All right, I'll pull it up. All right, which one are we on? Okay, we're on that one. All right, here we go. So the person said, let me quote you, quote unquote, all skin is beautiful, but white is the most beautiful. You're putting one skin tone above the other. The other person said something about, he said, I prefer white skin. I think the whiter the better when it comes to women. If I get married, or the type of women that I'm attracted to are white. I like white-skinned girls. That's what he said. And he is a white man. And him being a white man, he is not allowed to prefer his own people, because here comes, let me see. These are black, and I'm assuming just all black women, really, coming to tell him about himself and how he's a colorist and how he's racist and how he's downing women of color by saying that he prefers white-skinned. The next comment that I want to give you can be this one. So I commented, as you know I did, and here's my comment. I'll read my comment to you because it looks like I don't have my comment here. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's here. Yeah, so I'll read my comment to you guys, and then I'll show you guys the responses. So my comment was this. I said, he didn't say anything that brings other people down. When blacks say black is beautiful or black is the best, no one says a thing. Do you want to know why? Now, here's the part where I got racist. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get racist, but this is just something that I was thinking about at that time. So I'll just be honest and clear with you guys what I said. I said, we all say this, that black is the best and black is beautiful secretly because everyone knows that it's not true. I said, so society lets people think things like fat is beautiful, short men are the best, and all the random not stereotypes, like the reverse stereotypes to try to make people feel better. I said, because everyone understands that it's just to make people feel better about themselves. This is the reason that we do these things. And we say being fat is beautiful and it's healthy and it's normal. And, there's men who are attracted to fat women. Oh, that's wonderful. These are the reverse stereotypes that we all do just to make people feel good about themselves. I said this. I said white/pale skin on women makes them look more feminine and delicate. Even it gives an illusion of purity, even though that is not true. So now listen to that last part. Even though it's not true. I said this is all an illusion, okay? Now, people didn't like that. Of course, they didn't like that. And then I also went on to say it's not racist because there are pale-skinned people in every single race. Every single race has pale people except blacks. I think in the black race, if you're pale, it's because you've been mixed. You're mixed with someone else. You're mixed with other things. But there are light skin. But I can't really say that either because from what I've seen in the black race, everybody who is lighter is because they're mixed. And even if they don't know when they were mixed, even if the mixing was 7-8 generations back, they don't know it, but they were mixed. So it could be that every race that is light is because they're mixed too. But I don't know. Anyway, so the response to my comment, of course, was glorious. And Here it is. Yep, it's this one. The response was this: Amira, that is your opinion. Oh, here we go. She said, that is your opinion. And don't refer to black people as the blacks. I don't get it. When I say African American, it's a problem. When I say black, it's a problem. What do I call it? What do I call the race? I don't know what they want me to call the race, but nonetheless, here we go. She said, no skin is better or more pure or feminine than the other. And then I responded to her. I don't know why my responses are here, but I responded to her by saying, I said, if you look closely at my comment, that it is an illusion. It is all an illusion of innocence and purity and all that nonsense. I said, I don't believe that it is true that a woman is innocent or pure just because she's light. I don't believe that at all, but it is an illusion. And I'm going to explain why I said that in a second. The next part. Another person came. I don't even know who this person is, but she said, Amira, the term Black is beautiful is empowering to Black people because for generations, Black people have been told that their skin tone is dirty and ugly. Although you can appreciate all skin tones, it's best to not put one above the other. I don't know where in any of my statements where I said this one is superior and this one is not. It's just a skin tone. These are things that people cannot control. We cannot control what we look like, what color we are when we come out of the womb. We cannot control that. So how can I say that one is superior than the other? I said it gives an illusion of certain things. And the reason I said that, I'll explain to you now. The reason I said that is because I've done my own questionnaires to people in public, because in my culture we have that thing too where everybody prefers white. The darker you are, the less preferred you are. That's just how it is. And I asked around like my uncles and cousins and family and friends why. They said, well, typically the men said, when you look at a woman who is whiter, her skin is whiter, she just looks more I don't want to say, God, I hate saying this, but they said that she looks more feminine, soft, and delicate. They're like, she even looks more innocent. It's just something about it. They don't know what it is that triggers in their brain this thing. It's not true. I'm not saying it's true, because there could be a woman who is, white or light skinned that is a whore, absolute whore. But she may look angelic and everything because her skin is pale and she's like, I don't know. But, and then you'll look to darker skinned women, and a lot of darker skinned women look more masculine. They say that darker skinned women look more masculine. And you can't argue with me about that. If I'm sharing that with you, sharing what people are saying, what men are saying, how can people argue with me and tell me that I'm wrong? I am not saying, this is not from me. This is me giving information to other people of what I've been told about this whole skin tone debate, okay? 1 second. And then another person came in my defense and said, Amira is just giving her opinion, chill. And then other people said, the other gentleman who said that his preference is light and pale skin for his woman, they said, that's his preference. Who cares? Let him be. If he said that he was preferring dark and, black is beautiful and all of that, nobody would bat an eye. Nobody has a problem when it's all about being dark and being black or what have you. But when it comes to saying, I like white, I like my women white, pasty, milky, whatever color adjective you want to use, I like my woman the same color as I like my eggs. I don't, but how dare he? Oh, the racism. But if I said I like my woman so black that, I turn off the lights, I can't see her unless she smiles. Oh, that's blacker the berry is, sweeter the juice. Why is this the case? Why is it that we can't just... I don't have enough light to read what I wrote. Let me turn it on. 1 second. Let me all right. 1 sec. Gosh, I feel like I'm in the dark. Do you guys want to hear a horror story? A ghost story? Long, long time ago, there was a pale-skinned white woman, and she was envied by. No, I'm just kidding. All right, anyway, let's just let's get to this. All right, here we go. So the stigma. There's a stigma in Asia, the Middle East, and India, that if a woman is white, she is beautiful. No matter how ugly her features may be, if she's white skinned or if she's the closest to white that she can be, then she's beautiful. And this has taken over the whole industry, the whole beauty industry, everything, cosmetics, everything in Asia, Middle East, India, and beyond over there. All East. Okay. Over there, everybody aims to be super light, super white. And the reason, and part of the reason is because I think, oh, well, I'm gonna argue 2 points. I believe that one, this is a natural human thing. I'll explain that later. Number two, I believe it is partly because of class. Class, because the Indians in India were ruled by the British for so long that when they saw a white woman, or English woman as they call it, Indians call them English. So when they say English woman coming, she's, white, pale, and all that, and blonde hair, possibly light hair, what have you. And they were seen as the rulers because obviously they were the rulers. The British were the rulers. So I believe that's part of it in India, part of it. But I believe that this is a natural human thing to desire things that are more rare. And back in the day, it was more rare, especially in certain areas of the world. It is more rare to see a woman that is pale skinned. In areas like Africa, parts of Asia, India, especially southern India, most of the people are dark. Most of the people are brown skinned to black skinned. So when you see a woman that is pale, it is like seeing something that's rare. And of course, rarity has more value. Everybody knows, what's it called? Not sparsity, scarcity. Yes, scarcity, rarity equals value. So, and I believe that over there, this is part of the reason why when they saw women who were lighter, that they were more preferred. In South America, when I lived in South America, the Latinos, they have a saying. Their saying is, hay que mejorar la raza. Hay que mejorar la raza. Cuando tú te casas, no te cases con un negrito, porque tienes que mejorar la raza. I'll translate. We have to better the race. When you get married, you don't marry a black person. You don't marry darker than your own skin tone. You must marry lighter so we can better the race. That is in Latin America. Ask any Latino, they will tell you that saying is true. And this is something that has been instilled in little girls. Hay que mejorar la raza. When they're little 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, ay, mija, ay, que blanquita eres. You're so white-skinned. You better not marry anybody darker than you. We got to better the race. That is something that's ingrained. These colorism things, you could say it's colorism, but this is something that, here, I'll show you something else. Complexion, skin types, right? We have fair, medium, olive, and deep, right? Now, this is definitely not a good representation for the deep skin tones because deep goes really a lot darker than that. But worldwide, medium and olive are the most preferred. Pretty fair is okay in some areas, but I know a lot of people don't want their women that fair. Typically, the medium and olive girls are the most preferred. Because if you're super, super fair, you tend to look a little sickly. You look like you're a little bit ill. But medium and olive, it's a very healthy skin tone that is most preferred for humans. Humans mostly prefer that because it's like the healthiest looking one. It's because it's not too light, it's not too dark. It is perfect. It's in the middle, so-called perfect, right? This is something that I'm telling you that I believe this is natural in humans, that we naturally crave the kind of not too dark, not too light look. We like that in between. But a lot of races have gone above and beyond, of course, have gone, okay, let's not just be in between. Let's go for even fairer. Let's go for even lighter. This is the reason why if you go to Africa, India, Middle East, Asia, all of these places are filled with skin lightening creams, bleaching creams, Women are putting these chemicals on themselves, even in their body wash. Their body wash has skin lightening products and so on and so forth. So this is not something that, and oh, here's the next argument. A lot of the argument online, and especially, I'm sorry to admit this, but a lot of it comes from Black women. But a lot of the Black women argue that the only reason why people want to be light, bright, darn near white is because of colonialism and because everybody wants to get the closest to looking white or European as possible. And that is because, oh, the whites have dominated the world and so on and so forth. If this is really the case, then that means white people are more powerful than we think. If this is the case, if this is truly the case, and this is really what happened, that means white people are dominating you from the inside out. Right? When they say, oh, these white people, this or white people, that, oh, Black people are going to rule the world. You can't rule the world if this is the way that you actually think. You actually think that white people have dominated you so good that they're in your head and telling you that you must make your skin light. I don't believe that for a second. But like I said, in India, in the case in India, with them being the ruling class, possible. In America, they had the paper bag test, right? The paper bag test was like you put a paper bag next to you, and if you weren't as light as the paper bag, then you weren't allowed into certain establishments and so on. So you could argue that. But I still believe, and I stand by this, I still believe that there is a natural component in the human just instinct to want things that are not too much this or too much that. Does that make sense? Not we don't want extremes. We don't want too white, too pale, and we don't want too black. We don't want too dark. The majority of people. And of course, there's always going to be outliers who say, I love the really dark or I love the really pale. So, I mean, I get it. I want to see your guys' comments, but I have just a few more things to talk about because I want to read your guys' comments because I want to hear what you guys are saying. Okay. I just don't want to get thrown off because you guys know once I get thrown off, the stream might as well just go down the trash. So give me a second. Hey, go to the naughty corner. I did not come on this stream right now to be insulted on my own channel. Naughty corner. Now. Okay. All right, here we go. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry to the rest of you guys. I really am nice. I really am a nice person. All right. So back to the comment. What were you? I'll show you guys this. Now, here is another chart that I saw of how people like to label skin tones. Type 1, very pale. Type 2, fair skinned. Type 3, medium skin. Type 4, olive. Type 5, naturally brown, which is what you'll see mostly in Asia. And then type 6, very dark brown to black skin. When you look at this chart, right, the majority of the Asian world is somewhere between type 4 and 5. No, I would say type 4 and 5, between olive skin and naturally brown. If you look at like the rural areas in Asia, most of them look like that skin tone, kind of tanned, kind of, So when they see a person that is like the number 2, like fair skin, they're like, oh my gosh, look at this. This is beautiful. She's never been outside working a day in her life. She's lived a very privileged life. She hasn't been in the fields, all these kind of things, right? The other thing is that worldwide, the majority of people around the world are not type 1 and type 2. The majority of the world is type 3 to type 5. Between 3 and 5 is the majority of the world, right? So this is why I see, like, when we're talking about this argument about pale skin, and I don't believe that anybody wants to be super, super pale. There's very few people who want to be that type 1. I think most people aim to be between type 2 and type 4. That's where we see from like the Middle East, India, Asia, and the rest. Hold on one second. Let me pull this up. The next thing I wanted to bring up to you guys was prospects for marriage. So another aspect to this is marriage and being picked. So you understand that women, the reason why women are constantly hating each other is because women are always in competition. For men, you don't really have that as much. That's why men tend to get along better than women do. But women, because we're always in competition, because women are always trying to be picked. And that's just natural. No matter who wants to argue here with me and say, no, that's not why. That is why. Women are always competing with one another. This is why you have a lot of women be jealous of their own daughters. This is the reason why two women cannot be in the same place without either talking bad about one another, talking behind another person's back, and so on and so forth, or getting catty with each other, is because women are always in competition. And in the case of the skin tone, when it comes to the skin tone issue, a lot of men, Middle Eastern, Indian, that's the ones I know how to speak about mostly because that's what I am. But I've seen this in other cultures too. They say, I don't want any black wives. I don't want to have a black wife. I don't want a wife that's darker than me. I need a wife that is fair skinned. Because that's bragging rights. In many cultures, is bragging rights to have a wife that is light and bright, or pale or what have you, is bragging rights. So when I see this, when you have darker women, if you guys have ever seen online, if you guys ever just pull this up online, even on YouTube, go online and type in Indian bridal makeup. Indian bridal makeup. Watch how that woman, that beautiful dark Indian bride, how by the time that they're done painting on her, this woman comes out white, looking like she came from the hills of Switzerland. I mean, they paint their brides white, 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 to the point where it's even been proven that children don't recognize their mother's wedding photos. When they look at the parents' wedding photos that they have hung on the wall, they're like, Mama, so daddy had another wife before you? Because mama is painted so white that she doesn't even look like herself. And then, if you really want to do them dirty, look at their makeup and then ask them to put their hand out. Tell them to put their hand out. Their hand is black and then the face is white. And you're like, you couldn't even paint the hand too? It's bad in India. This is a big deal. And I'm telling you, and this is the reason, and that I tell you guys, the reason is because this is not just a standard that's upheld by women. This is upheld by the whole culture as a whole. And everybody understands we want to be as light as possible. And so for the women who were arguing with me, talking about the preference, if a man prefers a lighter woman, then it's wrong, or he's not allowed to, a lot of us only see things by our region. If you live in America, you only see the race issue through the American lens. But I'm trying to give you guys a little bit of a lens outside of America, and I'll bring it back to America in a second. All right, I have another one for you. Hold on. Please hold. Oh, uh-oh. Why did I write that? Oh, gosh. All right, well, I guess I'll do it. I'll say it. All right. The question is, where did this originate? Where did this liking for pale skin or light skin originate? A lot of people say that it originated with colonialism. The other thing is that if we look back in science, or the science of today, they say that humans originated in Africa and that the original human was dark skinned, like an Ethiopian, and so on and so forth, like a modern day Ethiopian, which I don't know is true. Nobody knows it's true. These are just theories and guesstimations and so on, just because that's the oldest bones that they found thus far, and that was found somewhere in Ethiopia or something. But I don't know if I agree with that, where they say that the first original human had to be a black-skinned person. I don't believe that, and they say, oh, it's because it's in Africa. Africa does not consist of all black, and that's not, if Africa is the birthplace of everyone, then obviously it didn't just have, if you go to Africa today, not everybody is, anyway, I understand. This is going to be like, I know a lot of people disagree with me there. A lot of people will disagree with me. Fine. Let it be. The idea is that we all started off black, and then as people moved further away from the motherland, they got lighter and lighter and progressively lighter, to the point that the first original white person was in the Middle East. The original white person started in the Caucasus Mountain region. The Caucasus Mountain region is where the first white person was born. That's where people got light enough to be considered a whole different race, right? That's what is said, what people say today. I don't know how true this is, but after that, people saying, so after that, we all spread out, right? And then white people went their way, black people stayed here, Asians went their way, and everybody started looking progressively different, supposedly. That's how that happened. Then white people got smart enough to dominate the world, rule the whole world, all the way to the point where they make everybody else, every other race, hate themselves, all because they are white. I don't know if I agree with that. I can't say that I agree with this, guys. And then my other question to you was, is this a natural human preference? And like I said, I believe that it is a natural human preference because, like I told you in the skin tones, the majority of the world is between medium and olive. Most people in the world are between medium and olive. In fact, Asians are the lightest people in the world, the lightest people on the planet. The most pale skinned people in the planet are Asians, are Eastern Asians, not white people, not Europeans. Europeans are not the most pale people when it comes to skin tone, but Europeans, or the white European, is the only one who naturally comes with different colors of hair, white hair, the light browns, the reds, and all of that. I understand there's gonna be black people in the chat that says, black people can have blonde hair too. Yeah, but that's not common. Okay, I'm talking about it being common and natural to see in their race. And there's no other race in the world where it's common to see blonde hair, blue eyes, light features, pointy features. That's their thing. That's very much a white European thing. So let's not argue, oh, I know somebody in my race that has blonde hair. Okay, if there is a black person that has blonde hair or blue eyes, that is rare, not normal. So, right. So I think this is a reason why we call white people's, or not white people, the white European, the whitest, but truthfully, they're not. The palest people in the world are Asian. Hold on. I can't see anything. I'm sorry, guys. 1 second. Oh, and I said, is colonialism to blame? I said that I think that colonialism, I don't even know about this. I hate using this term, but sure. You could say that because white people went around the world and they were the rulers of so many other places, that maybe it is possible that the people who were colonized looked at the colonizer and wanted to look like them in order to get preference or preferred treatment or what have you. That is possible. It's obviously possible. So, right. And like I said, I believe white skin is rarer than dark skin or brown skin. So I'm done. I'm done with my spiel. I think I've said what I wanted to say regarding this topic. I'm going to read what you guys have to say now. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm looking. Hold on, guys. I'm going back in your guys's chats to see where I can find. D14 says, I like white women for the fact more likely my kids will look like me. And that is a very natural, that's supernatural to feel. Hi, Lou. Oh, wow. I love your profile picture. Super Suka says, I like me some white women, also skinny women. Well, and see, that's the thing. Wait, okay. I don't know what you're talking about there. Zelich says, when it comes to my siblings and I, our tones are slightly different too. Youngest sister being the darkest, middle sister is the brightest, and I am the in-between. BTK says, virginous. Virginous souls. Yeah, thank you. I'll say it for you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, Lou says, I'm the palest among my other 4 siblings, but we're mutts to begin with. And Lou, that is another argument that I wanted to bring up with you, is that there's many, when we have this debate about skin tone, or, we talk about skin tone, which is such a touchy topic, but I've seen a lot of Black women argue with me saying, No, I mean, light skin and white skin is normal in the black race. And, we're the most diverse people. We're the first diverse race. I disagree heavily with that. And I believe that the only reason why you have light skins in the black race is because of mixing. Generations ago, it could be generations ago where you don't even remember, because I've had women come to me and say, no, no, I'm not mixed at all. And I'm light skinned. I'm not mixed. And I argue with her, like, how do you know you're not mixed? Because if you lived in America, you are mixed. There's no way that you're pure sub-Saharan African. You want to see what true sub-Saharan African look like, you need to go to sub-Saharan Africa. Duh. And then you can actually see what that really looks like. But the people in America who argue that light skinned is part of the black race, that is not part of the black race. That is from a history of mixing and mixing and mixing. Okay, that's all that is. That's the only reason why blacks in America come in all these different shades, is because you're mixed with white. That's the only reason why. That's not natural. But anyway, I mean, because if that were the case, we would see that in mass in sub-Saharan Africa, or places where not that many white people are. And you don't see that in mass in sub-Saharan Africa. You don't see that. You see everybody is pretty much the same color, very, very dark, and the hair is all the same, because that is the genetic trait of the race. And that is a beautiful thing. Mixing can look nice, but I like to see races in their pure form, I guess. I don't know. Graham says, is race even a meaningful biological distinction? Why are we so obsessed with it? Graham, I would say that we are obsessed with race because humans are obsessed with the things that make them different or make them unique. And we study it because we're curious as to where did this originate? Why are we different? Why do we look different? If our blood is all the same, why do we look so differently? Do our different looks have anything to do with how our bodies are different? Are we different? Are our bodies different just because we look different in a skin tone? Because if you notice, race, people say that race doesn't exist, but how is it that when you see a certain race of a person, you automatically know what to expect from them? Like, give an example. Sorry, guys. Asians. If you know a person is Asian, they're going to come with certain things, not just physical things, but even biological things. A lot of them have certain illnesses that only affect them or affect them more than others. They have body builds. Their bodies are different. Their stature, their tallness or shortness or what have you, their body proportions, everything is different. So it's not just a difference in skin tones. It is a difference. There are lots of differences between us. And I think that's the reason why humans are so fascinated with it, Graham, because we're curious to know what does this mean, I guess. Objection. Races overruled. Overruled. We do race over here, okay? I'm reading you guys' things. Just reading. The Indian contender for prime minister wants to divide the country between lighter-skinned North and the darker-skinned South. Well, I'll tell you what, it's already divided in many ways. If you guys don't know, there's a huge divide between the Punjabi Indian, which is the northern Indians that are taller, lighter-skinned, some would argue a lot more attractive, and then the southern Indians that tend to be shorter, darker, and different features. Let's just say that, different features. So I know. You said I like the sickly pale ones. No way. Suka says he likes vampire women. Oh my gosh. You guys are funny. Wait, Rhonda. Hi, Rhonda. She says, nowadays it's not okay to express your preferences if it is different from brown or black. But I disagree. It should not matter what your preference is. It's perfectly fine. But the thing is, people are so sensitive, Rhonda. You have to understand there's an insecurity. The insecurity runs deep in a lot of darker skinned women that they are not preferred. So the moment that they hear that they are preferred, they are gleefully happy and always supportive of someone liking someone that's dark. But when it comes to a man actually saying the quiet part out loud, if you will, um, they get highly offended. They get highly offended about that because they don't want to hear that they aren't the preference right now to anyone. To anyone, it's like I have to be the preference to everyone, or else I'm raising hell. And that's what happened online, Rhonda. It's pretty normal to like your own race, I think. Yes, it is normal to like your own race, but what about if you only like your race when it's the lighter people of your race? Does that make sense? Like, if you're Indian and you only prefer the light Indians, the light skinned Indians, the white skinned, pale skinned Indians, or they call it fair, the fair skinned Indians. What if you are black and you only prefer the light skinned black? What if you are Latino and you only prefer the white Spaniard looking Latina? You know what I mean? This is where the argument comes in, and this is where it's like you can't have that preference without it being seen as shameful. But if it's the other way around and you say, I prefer the darker of my race, then you're going to be praised. And it's a very silly thing to me. When you break down white, light, all the other colors spill out. Oh, when you break down white light. And that's why I say, do we all come from black or do we all come from white? And just because it was in Africa doesn't mean that they were black. That's what I'm saying, because now people are like, oh, Africa means black. It does not. It does not. Just like people arguing about Cleopatra. People are saying, well, Cleopatra, she's not from some village in Sweden. Well, no. Everybody knows that, yes, she did not look like Elizabeth Taylor. And I don't understand why they made Cleopatra a blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman. I don't know. But in this case where I'm talking about Cleopatra, Cleopatra definitely was not some sub-Saharan black woman. She wasn't a Nubian. She was not either of these things. So I hate it when I see a lot of Hebrew Israelites, or, a lot of people arguing that Cleopatra is black. Jesus is black. Jesus, we know. Anyway, I'm not even going to. Zealer says we like balance. I agree. That's why I said most people don't like the extreme. Most people don't like overly pale. Let's be real. Most people don't like overly pale. But overly pale is probably preferred over overly dark, and a lot of the times. And I know I'm not supposed to say that, because don't say the quiet part out loud. I get it. But if a person had to choose between overly pale or overly dark, most people would say, I'll just take the overly pale one. We'll just put her in the sun and tan her and see where we get. But because it's easier. Yeah. Another thing is, when a woman is overly dark and a man is not, if the man is going to marry a woman who's overly dark, I think another reason why they don't prefer that is because the dark genes tend to override the lighter ones. Does that make sense? Because dark genes tend to be stronger. So I think that's part of the reason why a lot of people don't prefer to marry dark, because they're like, my kids are not going to look like me. They're not going to look like their grandparents. These dark genes are just going to override all of our light genes, because the dark genes are stronger, of course. What? I am sending all of you to the naughty corner. We are not having this. You guys are making me angry. I'm trying not to be angry. I'm trying to be nice, okay? But you guys are pushing it. Okay. You guys in your Morticia versus Wednesday. Oh my God. I'm not going to argue with you guys. I'm not doing this. Stop it. Okay. See, this is the reason why. Samuel says, all about the goth girls. The paler, the better. Well, don't they put on like white powder on their face to make themselves even more pale? No, no. I don't want to see kids used for skin color comparison. So they're going to be adults one day. Everybody starts off as a kid, you know that, right? So, wow, that sounded weird. That sounded like that sounded like To Catch a Predator. I'm like, they're all going to be adults someday. I'm sorry. That's not what I meant. I meant like skin tone, whatever. It doesn't matter, kid or older, but I understand there are some differences between kids and adults. I get it. I get it. I get it. Don't attack me. That's how I felt like one of those To Catch a Predator people. I literally did. I was like, they're gonna be grown one day. Might as well just do it now. Like, no, that's not what I meant. That is not what I meant. Anyway, oh, okay. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about it. I just give me a second. Amira is controversy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm getting it together. I'm sorry. I'm trying. Hi, FU. You know what? What you're not gonna do is offend me on my own channel. If I want to use a potato, let me be. Did you die? You can see me, can't you? Stop it. Potato upgrade. Stop. Listen, I had a better camera and I stopped using it because you guys didn't care about it anyway. So I don't know why I'm like investing in all whatever. I'm not doing this with you guys right now. Internalized misogyny. I just researched Indian wedding makeup. Okay, wait. Let's for scientific purposes, okay? Let's okay, here we go. All right, so hold on. There's so many, and I don't know which one I want to pull up, but there's so many. They go literally from all right, let's see if I can use this one. Wait, no, this one is too long. I just want to get one that's not too long. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. All right, I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Hold on. Hold on. 1 second, guys. Okay, guys. So apparently I need to go eat. I have to go eat. But I'm going to show you guys this first. Before I go, I want to show you guys this, okay? Here you go. All right. So this is how she's starting off. And this is how she ends up. Tell me. Okay. Okay. Start. Beautiful. She's beautiful. End. White. Snow White. We go from beautiful brown girl. Look at her hands. You can tell, right? She's brown. And then she turns into Snow White. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is Indian makeup. And you guys, listen, I'm going to play it, but I'm not going to put the sound. But listen, this is what I'm talking about when I said this is it's an obsessive thing. It's an obsession. It's like when you get married, no man wants to see a dark bride. And no family wants to see a dark bride. They all, when you get married, they all want to see, oh my gosh. They want to see that, if you guys can see. They don't want to see darkness because darkness means not high class, means not beautiful, not pretty. They want white. If you go to India, you won't even see, and I'm saying India because I mean Asia, all of Asia. You won't even see dark skin foundation makeup tools. You'll never see dark skin foundation tools because They don't need it. They're like when we wear our makeup 10 times lighter than our skin. So why should we need to wear dark skin one? But anyway, so yeah, that's the thing. This is the transformation that always happens. And I don't understand why they do it, because once you do like this, you're not even going to recognize yourself on your bridal pictures or what have you. Your kids aren't going to recognize you. Keela. Oh no. Stop it. Stop it, guys. Stop it. Too much contour. You guys are so cute. You guys are adorable. You guys are so funny. I know. It's so. That's crazy. No, I'm serious. It's serious. It's a serious thing. And like I said, if the girl shows up dark to her wedding, the families are going to be like, "What happened? Why she's not wearing makeup?" It's like she is wearing makeup. She's just keeping her own skin tone. They're like, "No, no, 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 no." No, no, no. You must be white. You must be white for your wedding. Oh my gosh. My thing is, listen, that's probably why they call us racist. No, my thing is this. If you are wearing all this white makeup for your wedding in India and Middle East and everywhere else, it is hot. Okay? It is hot. Very, very hot. Okay? You sweat from places that you didn't even know you could sweat from, right? So when you start sweating, you're at your wedding party, you're dancing, you're enjoying your wedding, you're having a great time. It's hot, there's too many people around. The makeup, I can imagine the makeup just like melting off, like falling off, and then it's like, uh, what happens if your skin exposes itself? I don't know. I don't know. That's why I said this is just not a good thing. It's deceiving the groom, says feel. Well, think about it. The man, when he's at the wedding altar, he's taking his vows and he's looking at this white woman. And then she gets home, takes a shower, washes her face or what have you, because eventually it's going to come off. Okay. What do they do? What do the men say? Do they just say, "Oh, well, this is normal"? I mean, maybe they think it's normal because they're like, Kabuki. Okay. Life is unfair. From a sociological point of view, women desire taller men and more money, and men desire lighter women. I want to clap to that, but I've been socially trained to not clap to that. But sorry, I'm sorry. Okay, whatever. But men desire lighter women, more feminine, since men are the ones who are expected to have darker skin. That's throughout time. Oh, I didn't say it. I didn't say it. He said it. He said it, guys. I am not the one who said it. He said it. I listen. Don't come after me. I just repeated what he said. That's all I'm saying. You guys can argue with him about that. Makeup now is just a mask. It's more than a mask. It is more. It is a whole different personality, a whole different. It's sweating. No. DTK. Wedding night surprise. Surprise, honey. It's like waking up to another woman, because the woman who ends does not look anything like the woman who started. She doesn't even look like herself right now. Look at her. She's so much whiter, and then her facial features, it's too much. She doesn't look like her. And honestly, she started off as a beautiful girl. She was a beautiful brown girl, but in this region of the world, brown is not beautiful. Brown is not beautiful. Only white is beautiful. You could have a woman with ugly features, missing 3 teeth in the front, all kinds of things. But if she is white, that makes up for 3 flaws. Your paleness makes up for 3 flaws. Being white makes up for 3 flaws. So you'll have a woman who's not even that cute, but because she's white, everyone will say, "Oh, look how beautiful. Look at the fairness. Look at the fairness. She's beautiful. She's fair." You'll have that. And that is not a joke. I'm not joking when I say that. That's real. It's like, "Oh, she's not that beautiful, but look at the fairness. Look at the fairness." It's like, Mama, she's missing 3 teeth in the front. We can, dentist, we have a dentist in the family. We can fix it. We can make a fixing, but look at the fairness. Mama, why do I need a woman with missing teeth if we have a beautiful brown girl who has all her teeth, long hair, perfect features? No, but she's dark. She is dark. We don't want darkness in the family. We need light and bright and blessings. That's the way it is. But anyway, so I hope you guys get the point of what I'm telling you guys. She started off very beautiful. Look at her. She's a beautiful girl, very pretty. And she ended like that, looking like an Arab. She looks Arab. That's right. That is so right. Yeah, you're right. She started off as Indian and she changed to Arab. She looks Arab. I knew it. She looks like my cousin Mariam. She looks like my cousin Mariam. Oh my gosh. They changed the girl to an Arab. Oh my gosh. Stop it. Stop it. She looks just like my cousin Mariam. Oh my gosh. You know what? Maybe that's the point. Maybe that's where they're trying to go. Anyway, guys, thank you all for joining me tonight. I'm going to let you guys go. Oh, what do you say, Rhonda? She said that's a lot of makeup. Imagine when she takes it off. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. It's been great. I know I have to get off soon because I gotta go now. They're already calling me down. We're about to go. So so I will talk to you guys later. And let me see. I think the next time I'll be on is probably Saturday. I'll probably just be back Saturday then. All right. So thank you guys for joining me. And with that, I yield my time. Good night, guys.